Alright, so round 2 of the Super Mario 64 TAS tournament has been completed. The results have been shown, and I got first place by almost half a second, which is rather incredible because I basically did all of the wrong things, and I was only able to get through them by literally working my butt off on the entire week that the task was present for. So here I'm gonna go through a rundown of like every single submission that I did, starting from the first one and then going to the last one, the final one. So my first entry. At first I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna analyze it, I guess. Read only. So, 5,000 re-records, I do the completely wrong thing. I take this route instead of going up and using the cabin. It's overall the same route, just a lot of different things are just completely unoptimized. No glitchy wall kick there. I do a quick turn long jump instead of the side flip that I did at the end, and everything with that. So, going through, I do a triple jump. Now, I optimized this really well, but it's still the wrong route. I take that like one frame. No, that's later. But overall, like, it's still solid. It would not have gotten to round 3 if I just left it there. Which is fine, because I didn't, that was like day 1. At this point, I didn't know that there was the glitchy wall kick there. And I also didn't think about the 120 star CCM Reds strat until the very end. So that was my first draft, really not that stellar. Like, it had the basic things down. So my second thing, another 5,000 re-records. Let's see what happened here. So with this, I take the cabin, but I do it unoptimally, because I didn't check that was only my first attempt at that. But regardless, that saved like a solid second, I think. I still do the quick turn long jump, and I still do that. So the main improvement in this one was, instead of going up that route, I go up the cabin. But with this one, I didn't test the final thing, so that's another first draft, effectively, that I needed to take care of in later submissions. So that's 5,000 re-records. Not really much else to say, given that everything else is basically the same. So, let's see. I land on 723 there. My first one was, I forget, let me see. So, 723 versus 754. So that's like 31 frames, I think. So yeah, that's 1 second and a frame. But who's keeping track? So my third attempt, from about 10,100 to 11,190. 723 down to what? Let's find out. So this one is just a slightly more optimized version of the rough draft for the cabin ascent instead of the other one. Again, it's a lot of it's basically the same. So again, 723 versus 718. So that was a 5-frame submission improvement for about 1,000 re-records. And that was number 3. So number 4, we go from 11,190 to 13,000. So this was several thousand re-records. This is when I do the actually good thing with the cabin ascent, although apparently, you know, with hindsight, it's not the fastest way to do it. Also, glitchy wall kick. That also saved like a second. All the way to 673, I forget. It was 718, I think, for number 3. So, yeah, that was 45 frames. That was a 45 frame improvement. Again, the main things, or the cabin ascent, that saved a lot of time. And then the glitchy wall kick to get the third red coin, that also saved a lot of time. Of note, I still use the quick turn long jump. And then number 5, 15,000 re-record, so that's another 2,000. And going through it, it's all basically the same stuff from here on out. Like, I can't really think of any different improvements that I actually did, except for the side flip. There it is, instead of the quick turn. And then I do that. That was an unoptimized version. I think I saved a couple more frames after in my final submission. Now, with hindsight, I didn't even need several frames. My 5th submission would have been enough to get first by several tenths of a second, I think. But, yeah. And this is my final one. A year? No, not a year. A week. Yeah, imagine if I had a year to work on this. How's the 1 year TAS comp going? But, yeah, that's that. So that was my very short, analysis, rundown of all of my entries for round 2. So, here's to round 3. Hopefully I'll make it. I think I can do pretty well, especially since I have all week, like last week. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later, I guess.